It's time for Clubhouse Chatter. Here's Norm Ordez.
All right, here for the final guest of the day. Before we get home to watch some baseball, it is opening day light in Major League Baseball. Full-on opening day is tomorrow. So we have 6 teams playing today to start the season. And our next guest is Doc Jacobs. Doc, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. All right, so for the people who are listening, refresh our memories on who you are. Tell us your story real quick.
Well, I guess a brief story here. I'm Doc Jacobs. I served 8 years and 2 months of active service. I was injured 18 months in the service, stayed on duty for another 6 years. And then I decided that when it was time for my time of service to be over, that I would pursue my dreams and go after professional baseball. And since then, I've tried out with a variety of major league teams, and I've done fairly well so far. And I'm here to tell you guys that it's not over yet.
And so I had this conversation the other day with a buddy of mine, and so he was asking who I was going to have on the show, and I was telling him about you. And you have tried out for a couple of minor league teams. So let's see, you've got the Dodgers. Who else? The Indians?
Not the Indians yet.
Not yet.
Dodgers, White Sox, Tigers, and Brewers.
And so they were full on tryouts, correct?
Yes.
And so, so the question from my friend was, is it one of these kind of feel-good moments that, they see Doc Jacobs as an American hero, wounded veteran, and so they're giving him a tryout, as, a courtesy. And I'm like, oh no, this guy can play. And, if you haven't checked him out, I mean, you could find a YouTube video of him. And Doc, I could say, I mean, you can definitely flat out play ball. And, I'm kind of surprised that, how do you haven't picked up with an independent league team yet?
Yeah, I'm actually surprised by that too. I just don't think, I don't know. I think maybe I haven't been getting myself out there enough because I don't have an agent, and so I don't know. But I mean, I can play. That's not an issue.
There is no doubt about it. You can, absolutely.
Yeah. And that's kind of the common perception because of my whole status as a wounded warrior, and everybody thinks it's a feel-good story. Well, I mean, it's not. These scouts, these assistants to the GMs and stuff, they tell me, look, like we're not giving you special treatment here. You're out here, you're number 365, just like 367 and 498. You're just another number out here trying to give it your shot. So, and I mean, they tell me that right off the bat. So.
I don't think you would want it any other way.
No. I mean, I tell my family all the time, my friends, I say, if I can't make it on my own merits, then it's not meant to be. So,
right.
I give it a shot and I move on. So, yeah.
So, now have you played with the military all-stars?
I have not. I played on a couple of teams, military-wise, and then played on a team called the West Coast Storm, which is a college summer league team, a woodbat league. And I've had fun with those guys, and it's good to keep up that high level of baseball stuff. And I'll play in the San Diego Adult Baseball League when I'm not working and I have time, and it's just some fun stuff. But some of the scouts told me stay with it, keep fresh, and keep coming back. So
people, man, I mean, you have definitely had your hardships, and being a wounded warrior, it gives you a different perspective on life. and to where
absolutely.
some of the players, they don't make it for a certain reason, and but you have a different stance on it. You totally look at it
Yeah.
a little bit different.
Yeah, and I don't know, and I kind of feel like these kids going off for these pro teams, they don't have that life experience. They don't have life's too short to get down on it and keep trying and pursue your goals and give it all you've got. So, and I think the military kind of gave me that with the experiences that I went through. And, I understand that if I don't make it, then my life's not over. That, maybe me being out on the field can inspire somebody to give it their all, and next round they'll get picked up. Or they know I've had one incident. I had a college kid. He said his cousin was an amputee, and he didn't know how to approach him, and neither did the family. And, they felt like they were kind of overburdening him or being too standoffish. And so, just being out there on the field, I kind of mentored him a little bit in how to deal with his family member who was an amputee. So, even if I don't make it, then hopefully I'm inspiring somebody else.
And as an amputee, the way I look at it is, you're no different than I am. You're no different than any of the other ball players. And, and I know that, you wouldn't want it any other way. You wouldn't want something just handed to you that, you are, you work your butt off to get where you are. What do you tell, what do you tell these young kids? What advice do you give to these young guys?
Just basically not to give up, and then, if you don't get picked up on this tryout, then it's not the end of the world. That you just have to keep pushing forward, and to focus your energy 100% on things, and ask questions. Ask the scout, hey, what are you guys looking for? What should I be improving on? And just kind of have the fortitude, the internal fortitude to ask those questions, to better yourself, and just say, hey, I don't feel that I'm hitting the ball opposite field enough. Do you think that's right? And to just kind of ask these questions, because, not only is that beneficial to you on the field, but that'll benefit you in the long haul off the field, because, you could be working as a doctor and your bedside manners could be, terrible, but you don't know that because nobody's telling you. And so just say, hey, my patients don't like me. What's going on here? So, it'll benefit everybody in the long haul. So I tell them, take what you experience from here, apply it into your everyday life, and redirect it, give it 100%.
So you have a special project going on. Tell us a little bit about it. It involves sports and wounded veterans.
Yes. So Vet Sports, and I'll post it up. I'll send you the thing so you can spell it out. But it's V as in Vet Sports. And it's an organization that's ran by three of us combat wounded guys, and we take zero profit from it. All the profit goes back into getting veterans out who want to play sports and just use sports as an outlet to better themselves physically, mentally, and whatever other aspect they can get into. Whether it's MMA, we have an MMA group in DC, we have a national softball team, we have a regional softball team, and it's just whatever a veteran wants to do to get out and play sports and empower themselves and better themselves, then that's what we're all about.
How has baseball, so as a wounded warrior, how has baseball helped you, or sports, helped you with like everyday life, because I know, you've got your trauma coming back from, war and whatnot. How has that helped you get along?
It helped me in a lot of aspects. The physical aspect of getting out and kind of using my body and using all the muscles and kind of getting the joints going again and everything, and then losing some weight and, just kind of getting back out there. And then the mental aspect as well of, hey, I can go play softball. So, let me give baseball a try. Oh, okay. Well, I can still hit 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Okay. Well, guess what? I'm gonna keep on going. And now I run half marathons and trying out for Major League Baseball, and then it's the whole mental aspect as well of being around other combat wounded guys or other vets with PTSD, and just kind of helping one another, and just having that purpose of being out there and helping each other again is very, very rewarding mentally, and just kind of being part of the team and the Brotherhood again just helps out too.
You speak of the Brotherhood in the military. No matter what branch you're in, there is a Brotherhood, and then you go off to combat, and you come back. What was the transition like? Number one, and once again, sports, helping you out in that transition.
Well, when I came back, like you said, you go over there, you're part of a Brotherhood, you come home, and I'll always be in the Brotherhood with the Marine side, and my Navy brothers as well. But I came back, and then I went back to active duty, and I was kind of like a Lone Ranger. I was kind of I guess like I wouldn't say forbidden fruit, but I was just one of those standouts no matter where I went. In the Navy commands, I was always, I wouldn't say shunned, but kind of a Lone Ranger, I guess.
Right.
And I wasn't part of the Brotherhood, and I had people that said that they were my friends and stuff, and then they would stab me in the back and go run and tell the command this, and because I had medical appointments, I couldn't do that, and it was just basic medical appointments that everybody else had. So I felt like I was alone. And then I got out, and then playing on the baseball team and starting that sports up, and all that. Like I got to be part of the Brotherhood again and feel that part of the tribe, and being a member of an awesome group again was just phenomenal. And so just even getting out and playing in an independent baseball league, or even a beer softball league, like whatever. It helps, and it gets you out and part of that Brotherhood again, and it's just very rewarding.
And the struggle is real. PTSD. We struggled with it with my dad, and my dad's been gone a year now, and it's a real struggle. Post-traumatic stress disorder is a bitch, and in finding a purpose. And it's nice to see, you reaching out to helping other vets. And, I kind of wish it was out there for my dad. Of course, he's a Vietnam era vet, and it's a little bit different for those older guys.
Yeah. Well, and the Vietnam era guys, they're the ones that are saying, hey, this isn't going to happen to you guys. And they're the ones that are helping us out and getting us going with these organizations.
Yep.
And it's really, really awesome because of what they're doing. And it's a tragedy what they went through, but they took that experience, they channeled it in a positive manner, and they're helping this generation of war vets out. And there's so many nonprofits out there that are helping out the veteran community. And you know how it is. All these veteran organizations are, we're the ones that are really taking care of each other because of the faults in the system. And I'm not saying that the system's all bad, but, there are going to be, slips and cracks and, sometimes canyons that, people fall into. But, it's amazing. And, I'm just hoping that sports picks it, becomes bigger, and people understand that we're not one of these super nonprofits that makes millions, and I won't say what company or organization, but which one are highlighted in the media right now. But I'm just hoping that we can better serve and help everybody out. So
well, something more needs to be done for not only our wounded vets, for our veterans in general, and and their spouses. I look at my mom, and man, my mom is being taken care of. It's amazing. You know, there is, you know, financially, there's stuff that comes in, seems like every month, that we have no clue where it came from, and we never heard of an organization. But, you know, because of my dad, she is well taken care of. And so, you know, I definitely would give that back, you know, to have dad back around, you know, but, you know, it's life, and, you know, we move on. So let's chat about your beloved Cleveland Indians. So 2016. So what do you think? I think I predicted the Royals to win the Central, but I think I have Cleveland right on their heels.
Okay. Well, I think the biggest mistake that Cleveland's made so far is in their starting rotation, they don't have a left-handed pitcher.
Right.
I mean, they have 5 righties going for them, and I mean, I don't know. I mean, you could stack your whole lineup against a right-handed hitter or a right-handed pitcher, and, you know, you can just, you know, destroy them because, I mean, you know, a whole series that you're facing a bunch of righties. So, you know, I think that's mistake number 1. And then I think mistake number 2 is they keep going after all these, you know, older guys. They just signed Marlon Byrd, and, you know, they're signing all these, like, old guys that are probably going to end up, like, you know, I love, you know, Nick Swisher, but, you know, they're gonna be spending a lot of time on the DL.
Right.
And so, you know, I mean, they have good prospects in the system. Frankie Lindor is probably, you know, the next amazing, you know, I don't want to compare him to Omar Vizquel, but, you know, he's going to be that type of caliber player. And, you know, the bond that him and Jason Kipnis have, it's going to be phenomenal. But, you know, I think the right-handed pitching and, you know, signing these older players, I think that's going to kind of make it a struggle later on in, you know, August when the playoff run starts happening.
So growing up as an Indians fan, who were you a fan of? Did you have, like, a favorite player?
I've had a couple of them. You know, Omar Vizquel,
right?
John McDonald, let's see, Kenny Lofton, Jim Thome. I mean, you know, the whole, like, 90s era was, you know, our mecca back then because, you know, we just dominated the AL Central.
Yep.
But, you know, I mean, Albert Bell, David Justice.
Grady Sizemore.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, Grady Sizemore. That poor guy, man. He's so talented, but his knees got him, man.
He kept breaking down. Dang it.
Yeah. But hey, he has the mental ability to keep fighting through it. So, but I don't know. I hope this is the year for the Indians, but you know, as it always is, it's always a rebuilding year, and you know they'll probably end up trading one of their, you know, starting pitchers, and you know, for you know 3 prospects or whatever, and like they always do. But I'm hoping that's not the case this year, and I'm hoping that Tito can manage what team he has assembled before him, and you know can at least get us in a playoff run. So that's what I'm hoping for.
All right, let's play a little game called Over and Under. And so we're going to talk about the 2016 Cleveland Indians. And so over under 82 wins.
I'll say under.
Okay. I'm gonna take the over on that, and probably by not many.
Okay.
So Francisco Lindor, okay, he's quite the stud. Okay, over or under a .310 batting average?
I'll say over.
Okay, Brian, what do you say, Brian? I caught Brian sleeping.
It's got to be under. Got to be under.
All right. So Corey Kluber. So hopefully he returns to his Cy Young self. Let's go over and under 16 wins.
Ooh. I'll say over, but not by too many.
I'm going to go over, and I'm going to say that he's going to put himself in the Cy Young race again this year. And so,
yeah, hopefully he has the bats to back him on that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
So with
I
our
know last year he had, a bunch of like 1-0 losses.
right. So with our last guest, we had Dr. Doug Dodds, a DJ out of Northern California, and so we played a little bit of game. We played what was it, 80s music. So we'll go 90s music with you because you're a child of the 90s. And so we're going to bring Brian in on this. So instead of top 5 80s songs, we're going to go top 5 90s songs. So what 5 90s songs can you not live without?
Let's see. I'm more of a 90s country guy. So,
Okay.
Let's see. 90s country. Let's see. I'd probably have to go with. Dang, man, this was a tough. I'll probably have to go with some Brooks and Dunn, some Neon Moon,
Okay.
Lost and Found by Brooks and Dunn. Let's see. Man, this is a pretty tough one. Let's see. I'd have to say, no, I don't know if that's 80s or not. Let's see, some Garth Brooks, some Shameless.
Ooh, good one.
Some more Garth Brooks, If Tomorrow Never Comes. And let's see here. And then I'll actually have to go with the Metallica. I'll have to go with some Fuel.
Okay.
Off of their Load and Reload album, because that's a pretty awesome driving song. So
It is. All right, Brian, what you got? 90s music.
Well, Garth Brooks pretty much ruled the 90s for country.
Yes.
Throw a little Shania in there, maybe.
Maybe.
Britney Spears.
No, Brian. No.
Sorry, had to go with that. And, yeah. How about some Toby Keith?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
So I'm going to go a little bit of a different route, and I'm going to go with Steal My Sunshine by Lynn. You remember that song, Brian?
I do. Good song.
Okay. I'm also going to go with, the Metallica. You raised the bar on the Metallica, so definitely got to go with Enter Sandman.
Oh, okay.
Definitely Enter Sandman. And then I've got to go with Pantera. And I could go a number of songs with Pantera, but I'm going to go with, if I was playing baseball, one of the songs that I think I would have as my walk-up song would be Walk.
Okay, yeah.
But you've also got Cowboys from Hell and 5 Minutes Alone, which are all great gym songs. Let's see, country, Garth Brooks, definitely, the Thunder Rolls. I think, that's a great song. And then, man,
we are forgetting
the Beastie Boys, Intergalactic.
What about Nirvana?
And Nirvana. Yes, you got that's a whole different show is grunge. And so so Nirvana, Pearl Jam, and that's a whole different show. So once again, Doc Jacobs, hey Doc, plug the your new project again, please.
That's Sports, VET Sports.
Okay, and do you have a website up for that yet?
Yeah, we've had a website up for a while. You can like us on Facebook. I just started Vet Sports California. I'm working with some season ticket holders to get some tickets for vets throughout SoCal, so we can go to some Padres games.
Nice.
And free of charge to veterans. And then I'm also working on my second book, and then once I get that one mostly complete, I'll let you guys know so I can give you guys a heads up on that when I take it to publishing.
Absolutely.
And that's going to be about my pursuit of the pros. So
that can't wait for that one.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty intriguing. It's pretty crazy to sit down and think about while I'm writing it all out, but I don't want to keep you guys, but just give you a heads up on that.
Well, once again, Doc Jacobs. Doc, hey, once again, thank you for your service, and thank you for being an inspiration. And I know you take all that in stride and stuff, and but you are a true American hero, and we definitely thank you for your service and time.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, we'll get you on when that book is getting close. So.
All right, thanks.
All right. Once again, Doc Jacobs, the second Doc for the night, after Doc Doug. And, actually Doc is, he was a medic, a combat medic. And so he actually earned the title Doc. I'm sure Dr. Doug earned it, except for his PhD is in fun.
That is true.
And so, yeah. So once again, Doc Jacobs, hey, this music thing, man, I think we're on to something.
We are. Before we get into that real quick, though, vetsports.org is the website. Vetsports.org.
Check it out. Great thing that they're doing. And, I can't, I can't plug, veteran places enough like that. You come back and war is a terrible, terrible thing, not only for us as, not even being in the military, it's horrific, but can you imagine, being a part of it, taking an ID and losing, part of your body? I mean, I can't imagine, they're coming back bruised, battered, not only physically, but mentally. And, we need to help our veterans. We need to take care of each other. How about that? Not only our veterans, but we need to take care of each other.
Perfect. I just wish we do more of it.
We're a part of the human race, one race, human race. And absolutely. Hey, I'm Norm. That's Brian. I am wearing orange for my San Francisco Giants, but Oregon State Beavers, women, take on the mighty Yukon Huskies today.
73 wins in a row,
gosh.
3 championships, soon to be a 4th.
So does Washington win their game in the other semifinal?
I really hope so, but have you seen them play?
They're not. No.
It's interesting. They're a decent team. I was surprised they took 4th or 5th, whatever they took.
They got to be good to get where they're at.
They have got a couple guards that are really good shooters, and they have a center. If you ever watch her play, watch her shoot, she does not jump to shoot her 3-point shots, and she can nail them.
Interesting.
It's interesting to watch them play. I don't think they have a chance, but I don't think there'll be any Pac-12 teams in the championship. But
so, Brian.
Yes, sir.
Over and under.
28.
Well, I was going to put the number at 15. I was going to put Yukon over Oregon State over under at 15.
Oh, I say it's over 28.
Well, I heard you say over 40 the other day.
Oh, I'll give you. I'll give you 35 points right now.
And it's no shame. I mean, UConn is a whole different level.
Well, UConn, they defeated that 8th place team or 8th ranked team the other day by 60-some points.
Yeah, it's a whole different level. And, Oregon State, to get where they're at, had a hell of a season. And there is no shame, and, they don't need to hang their head. They're just running into the juggernaut.
Oh, it's a mighty buzzsaw. I think Coach Ruick knows he's got to do something different today. Would not be shocked to see them come out and be more physical than they've ever been all year, and bring in Gulich and get her 5 fouls. Maybe Katie McWilliams comes in, who hasn't played, I don't think, at all, if so very sparingly in this run. Go in there and just hound their guards and just foul them. And make this game, a free throw contest. I would not be shocked to see Oregon State come out and do something that we haven't seen them do all year, because they have to do something different to win against UConn. Does it work? No. I'll give you 35 points if anyone wants to take that.
Wow.
Yeah. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm totally wrong.
Go Beavs.
Go Beavs.
All right, Brian, a little bit more over and under here.
All right,
Here
36.
Baseball. We're going to go baseball. Seattle Mariners, over under 82 wins.
I was going to say 36. Under.
Okay, Robinson Cano. Over, under a 320 batting average.
Under.
Ooh.
He doesn't even finish off the season. He's going to have a bad year this year.
King Felix. Over, under 16 wins.
Over by about 4.
I think I had him picked to win the Cy Young in the American League.
He's going to win a third of the Mariners games this year.
Wow. Giancarlo Stanton down there in Miami. Over, under 40 home runs.
Under. That's the easy pick. I mean, it takes a lot to get over 40.
See, I think if he stays healthy, he goes 50.
Could happen easily.
So, over, under. Norm eating hot dogs during this baseball season. I'm going to put the bar at 25 for the season.
Over. Big time.
It's a safe trip. It's a safe one. And so we're looking forward to the baseball season, and we've talked about taking the show on the road a little bit. We'd love to come to your ballpark, and so shoot me an email, normbo18@gmail.com. We'd love to catch us at a ballpark. Hopefully we'll have something to give you, and we're all about baseball. And so I'm Norm. That is Brian. Brian, one last thing.
Yes, sir.
One last thing. We've talked a lot of music today.
Yes, we have.
Okay. Let's go 5 70s tunes.
Well, number 1 has got to be Rupert Holmes' Pina Colada. If you like making... Sorry. Favorite song of all time.
That's awesome.
Number 2 has got to be Paul McCartney, and pretty much anything by Paul McCartney, but Jet, one of my favorite songs.
Okay.
Golly. How about Dan, what's his name? John Ford Cooley?
Oh, yeah.
It's Hard to Belong.
Ooh.
That's one of my favorite
you're going
ones.
deep.
Oh, I love my 70s songs. Gotta think of them now. I'm thinking 80s big time. I just forgot we didn't even mention Billy Ocean earlier.
We didn't, did we?
No, and that's one of the greatest.
Caribbean Queen.
Caribbean Queen, that's right. Get out of my car and get into my dreams or something like that.
Yeah, we're on 70s here.
Yeah, I know. What else? 70s. Anything by the Stones, of course.
Okay.
Rolling Stones, always good. I'm trying to come up with the best song. Jeez. I should have saved Rupert Holmes for the last, because that's my all-time favorite
That's
song.
a good bar. That's a high bar right there.
It is. Of course, he only had like one other song that was worth anything, Banana Boat or something like that song. I'm going to go James Taylor.
Okay. I'm going to go, so no particular order. I'm going to go Blinded by the Light. Manfred Mann's band.
By the light, wrapped up like a...
Also going to go with Kung Fu Fighting by Carl Douglas.
Nice.
I was Kung Fu fighting. I'm going to go with Disco Duck by Rick Dees.
One of the worst. I thought Ray Stevens was bad.
And how can you not have any Skinnerd?
Yeah?
Home Sweet Home Alabama. Got to go with, God, there's so much good music in the 70s. Dire Straits, Sultans of Swing, 79.
I know that it's an overused thing, but the whole bracketology, 70s bracket would be kind of fun to create one.
I think all of them, 70s, 80s,
Well, it would
90s.
be. But I know it's overused, especially this time of year. But it could be kind of fun.
Yeah. There's so much great music, and the disco, BJs, the Bee Gees work for me, and Pina Colada song,
We Are Family.
Margaritaville, I mean, there's so many great songs, you've got 10cc, and just, yeah.
You used to have a station that played a lot of that good stuff.
Yes. Where was that station at?
I don't remember anymore.
All right. I'm Norm. That is Brian. It is time to go watch some baseball at 3 p.m. Hey, watch the Lady Beavs. Hopefully they stay in it for a half. Well, they don't. Yeah, 2 quarters. They play quarters and
They do now. They just started that this year.
I didn't know that until like a week ago.
Well, started this year, so.
So I'm Norm. That is Brian. We are Clubhouse Chatter. We are sponsored by baseballisms.com. If you like my hat, The Curing Childhood Cancer, you can find it at baseballisms.com. Also sponsored by baseballdudes.com. To be the best, you must train like the best. Chris Gazelle up there in Vancouver, Washington. Based by Pros, Building and Athletes Sports Education. Mitch Canham up there in Washington as well. And his dad, Mark Canham, does our shirts, hoodies, MDM designs. If you would like to buy one, let me know and I will get you hooked up. As always, we stream live at yamhilltoday.com, and then we're always looking for a sponsor. Shoot me an email, normbo18@gmail.com. You could find us on Twitter, Clubhouse Chatter 1T, Facebook, Clubhouse Chatter, YouTube, Clubhouse Chatter. We're on MLB blogs, MLB.com blogs. We're on YouTube, iTunes. Where else are we on?
We're just around the world. Just Google Clubhouse Chatter.
Do you know? Hey, so.
Uh-oh.
Do you know? So United States. So MLB.com blogs.
Yes.
So we post the show, and I think I told you this a while ago. So of course the United States is our number one. Is where most of our listeners come from.
We're big in Idaho, so that's good.
We're big everywhere. Number 2 country.
Egypt.
No. Brazil.
Brazil. Very nice.
Brazil over the Netherlands, Germany, Mexico, whatever, but Brazil, we got more, that's our second most viewers and listeners.
Well, that's kind of the way we skew. We tried to go that way.
We've got a couple from Vietnam.
Cool.
Which I kind of find interesting. Mm-hmm. I didn't know baseball was in Vietnam, but
it's more of your personality than anything else.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's it.
Maybe. Once again, I'm Norm. That's Brian. Hey, we'll be back next week, hopefully. And I don't know. Brian might have something going on.
I have no idea.
And so, hey, check us out. Clubhouse Chatter, MLB.com/blogs. Everybody have a good weekend and week.